IceHogs fans, Joseph Zakshevsky once again with you for IceHogs TV, and we have a very special guest today as we have announced that Rob Klinkhammer, the former IceHog forward and IceHog fan favorite, is making his return to the State Line community as an assistant coach. Rob, great to catch up with you. Great to see you. It's been some time since we've seen you in the State Line community. Congratulations on the new position. Kind of walk us through the process. You just got done playing overseas in the KHL where you've been the last couple of years, now making that transition to coaching. What has this offseason been like for you?
It's been different for sure because obviously, I retired about 3 months ago. So I've only done one thing my whole life, and that's kind of prepare my body mentally and physically for the rigors of a full season. But, as the time is undefeated and, I played the game as a power forward, so the body was just starting to go. So it was time for me to walk away from the game. But I still love the game. I'm still passionate about it. I love being at the rink. When I get on the ice with guys, it still lights me up. I have that energy running through me. So I thought the logical next step in my life would be to try my hand at coaching. Working with prospects and obviously is a great opportunity for me. But that's sort of where I'm at now. I've had a couple different options of coaching different levels. And then this opportunity with Rockford came up, and it was just too good of an opportunity to pass up, and it's something I wouldn't even consider anyway. So when the opportunity was presented to me, it was, I jumped at it, no hesitation.
As you found yourself these last couple of years, did you always think coaching would be the next step for you, or was this something that might have been brought up here recently that you thought, you know what, as much as I enjoy the game and experience the game, I can relay that on to some of the younger players?
Yeah, if you would have asked me probably like 5-6 years ago, I would have said, no way do I want to coach. Like, I wasn't interested in it. I didn't think I was anyways, or I wasn't at that time in my life. I thought, once I was done playing, I'd move on and try something new. But then I started having kids and working with them, and I started helping younger kids in Lethbridge, where I'm from, in my community, just with skill sessions in the summertime and sort of teaching the game and relaying, giving them tips and pointers, things to improve on, things to work on, different reads, just trying to get them to see the game the way that I see it. And I just found I had a passion for it. I really love doing it. Like I said just before, just being back on the ice, it still lights me up. I kind of get that electricity through me. I get excited. It's my passion. I love being at the rink, and I like working with, like I say, I've liked working with young kids. So I think the pro game is a great step for me. I had a 15-year pro career. So I think this is a logical step. Obviously, like I said, it's a great opportunity. I didn't think I'd be able to start at the American League level. So it's a huge honor. Being back in Rockford is going to be awesome. It's very nostalgic. It's where I started my playing career. So I'm really excited to get back there and just see, because my life has changed a lot since I was there. I wasn't a man. I was a boy when I was in Rockford. I was very young and immature and trying to find myself, as I think most people are when they're 21, 22, 23 years old. You look back on yourself and, even like my haircuts back then, I'm like, what was I thinking? So I think I had a pink mohawk one time for breast cancer awareness month, which obviously was a good cause, but like just stuff like that, you just shake your head at. And I mean, it's all part of growing up and becoming a man. And, it's going to be fun to be back.
Well, you kind of hit so many different talking points I wanted to cover with you, and coming back to the Rockford community. We're going to see some of these headshots resurface here with the big announcement of you making your return and that mohawk that you had. And I believe you sang Jingle Bell Rock for a holiday video too. So, I mean, there's going to be some fun Rock camera moments from yesteryear. But oh my goodness, you get to show your kids all these great moments that you had too.
Yeah, it'll be funny for them to see some of these photos of me looking like a baby in them. And I got a beard now, and then I couldn't grow a beard. So it's funny the way life has changed.
Well, with that too, I mean, you had a great relationship still with Mark Bernard, president of hockey operations, and helping and putting things together. And he was the one that shared the news with me that you were coming back on board. Anders Sorensen, head coach, he's been in the organization a long time. Jared Nightingale, who played for the IceHogs too, shortly after your time with Rockford, and then you. I mean, it's going to be a lot of firepower in terms of guys that have had experience in the State Line community, know what the Chicago Blackhawks organization is all about. On that note, what does it mean for you to kind of come back to that organization that gave you your start? You made your NHL debut with the Chicago Blackhawks. You got that first taste of pro hockey and pro hockey life. Now you're sharing those experiences with so many kids that are in, those same shoes you were in not all that long ago. I know you said it's been a little bit, but it really wasn't when time flies by as fast as it does. To come back around and to share those moments, and what does it mean to return to the Blackhawks?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like you said, it's where I got my start in my pro career. Like I think every hockey player, they have somebody that's in their corner, somebody that was pulling for them the whole way. And for me, that guy was Mark Bernard. He was in Norfolk with me my first year, brought me over for just a tryout. But, he's like, I got your back. I'm going to do everything I can for you here. So Bernie is a guy, he was very, very important for my career. If he wasn't there, like, I don't know how things turned out. So I think a lot of guys like myself, especially an undrafted player, we have a person like that in our career. And Bernie was that guy for me. He had my back. He kind of stuck his neck out for me. He fought for me. He believed in me. So that was huge for me. Like if I didn't have him, I don't know where my playing career goes. Now he's doing the same thing for me. Sort of on the coaching side, like, hey, he asked if I'd be interested in interviewing. Obviously I said yes, but he's a guy that, I can't thank enough for sort of getting me on my way and sort of helping me find the success that I've had in my career. Now, as far as coming back to Chicago, it's going to be awesome. Like I said before, I'm thrilled to be back. It's going to be so cool to be back at Hawks camp. Obviously I've been over in Russia for the last 6 years, so things are done so different over there. I had an amazing experience, but it's going to be really cool to be back, involved with an NHL organization. Even the treatment we got in Rockford when I was there, I didn't realize it at the time, but then when you start getting traded around and going to different professional organizations, like we were treated so well in Rockford. And the Blackhawks just run a first-class program down there. They gave us all the opportunities, all the resources to succeed, all the little things that they put into it. So that's kind of what made it easy for me to come back. It's just knowing how well they treat everyone in their organization. Now, as far as relating to,
as well. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I sometimes I ramble on. I
no,
keep
it's
going,
perfect. That's perfect. Talking, sorry. So. I was going to say, I was like, with coming back to the organization too, you get a bit of a reunion with Luke Richardson, a coach that you got to know a little bit in your time after Rockford. You went to the Ottawa Senators organization. Luke Richardson was an assistant coach for the Senators. You got to experience him. Now you two are put back together in this Blackhawk family once again. Working with him, working with the IceHogs coaching staff, development on this rebuild for the organization is paramount, and that's something that's been talked about a lot here this offseason. What's it going to be like working with him and the greater hockey vision that is going to be hockey operations for the Blackhawks and the IceHogs?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, Richie, he has such a good reputation, just around players. Guys love playing for him. They think he's an awesome person, an awesome coach. It's the same thing. When I was in Ottawa, that was 10 years ago. I was very quiet, shy, kind of introverted. I was quiet, just finding my way as a pro hockey player. My first taste of NHL life. So I was very quiet then, but now it's nice to have guys like that I can learn from, that I can ask questions about, because it's all going to be new to me, right? There's going to be growing pains with me. There's going to be a lot for me to learn in a short time, but I'm going to have to rely on guys like Luke Richardson, Jared Nightingale, Anders. These guys are going to be very important for me to bounce ideas off of, sort of give me some tricks of the trade, so to say. They kind of have a collaborative approach, which was really appealing to me. Obviously, in my situation, that we all work together, we all bounce ideas off each other, everyone's helping each other. And like I say, that's going to be very, very important for me. But I'm really excited to get going with this staff and help these guys on this rebuild. I think I relate really well to a lot of these young kids. I can remember being there, you snap your fingers and it's 15 years later. Like, I remember all this stuff like it was yesterday, just trying to find myself, find my game, find consistency, learn how to be a good pro. So I can relay all this stuff to these kids. Like, I wasn't a high-end prospect. I wasn't a first rounder. I was an undrafted player. I had to scratch and claw and fight for every inch that I got, which I think a lot of players have to do. So my path wasn't an easy path. It was the hard path, but I learned a lot along the way. So now I can share that information, those experiences with a lot of these younger players. Just how to stay positive, how to handle the highs and lows of a season. Just give them a lot of advice in a lot of different areas.
Well, I love hearing that from you, just because it seems like what you bring, that passion, that energy, goes beyond the X's and O's of development and putting together a consistent game. I mean, a lot of these players, Anders Sorensen said, you know, it's not a bad thing to be overripe when you're ready for the NHL in terms of your progress and development. You kind of touched upon all those points right there. How excited are you to share those moments? Because there are going to be players that are young guys that are itching, chomping at the bit, that, you know, are trying to get to the NHL now and be successful now, when you can practice that patience and preach that understanding of yes, we all have the same common goal, but at the same time, like, look at what I was able to do and hear how I was able to do it and have that successful professional career and time in the National Hockey League like you did.
Yeah, that's the hard part, I think, is, you know, obviously, hey, everyone wants to be in the NHL. Like, all the coaches, they want to coach in the NHL. All the players everywhere, everyone in the world that plays hockey, they want to be in the NHL. You know, it's the best league in the world. The treatment, obviously, you know, you get some of these young draft picks, they want to be up there. They want the big paycheck. They want the NHL lifestyle, the experience. And like I say, everyone does. It's an awesome life, but it doesn't happen overnight. You need a lot of patience. You need to have a really good attitude that, you know, you don't climb Everest in one day. It's 1 inch at a time. So how do we get a little bit better every day? What are some things that we work on every single day? They're going to round you out as a more complete player. You know, we gotta work on the weaknesses, highlight your strengths, those kind of things, because it's a big jump to the NHL, especially for a skill guy. You know, myself, I was kind of like that third, fourth line guy. It's a big jump, but it's not like being the first line to the AHL, first line to NHL is a monumental leap. Those are the best players in the world. So how do we get there? And it's just like I say, it's a day by day, inch by inch approach, because it's not going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of work and sweat and blood and video and everything to get there. But most of the kids that I've worked with lately, they have such great attitudes. They're really coachable. So that's really important going forward. Obviously, everyone's a little bit different. But I think if these kids are, like I say, coachable, have awesome attitudes, they're eager to come to the rink to learn, kind of show them the end goal. Like, hey, this is the NHL. It's right around the corner. You're one call away. And then these are the things we can work on, A, B, C, D. It's going to help you get there. Let's do this the best we can. Then maybe, you know, you find yourself up there in a couple of weeks, a month, whatever it may be. Maybe you never come back. So that's sort of my approach to it.
Well, on that too, and before I let you go, Rob, now you got about a month and a half or so before training camp gets started. I know you're doing hockey camps now. That's probably a good warm up to the coaching vernacular and pace and mindset. But what are your conversations like with Anders Sorensen, the coaching staff, Jared Nightingale? Is it here's the playbook, study it, and be ready for training camp in a month and a half? What needs to get you in your mindset? Because again, you're freshly removed from the ice as a player, now transitioning to coaching. I'd imagine there's a lot to take in and process, not only on the ice but off the ice as well.
Yeah, there hasn't been much so far. You know, Anders just said, hey, it's summertime. You know, you can start thinking about the season, but now is family time, because, you know, enjoy your family, enjoy your summer. In a couple of weeks, I think we're going to get going. But once we do get going, training camp, and it's basically go every day for a month. So enjoy the time at home right now. Get in as much family time as you can. So we're setting up some meetings and stuff like that at the end of the month here to sort of prepare, get things dialed in, things to start thinking about. But like I say, these guys are kind of veterans in this, so I'm gonna have to follow their lead. They're gonna show me the way. They're gonna show me the ropes. I'm gonna learn from them really quickly. Right now, it's not a lot of technical stuff. Like I say, we're just enjoying the last little bit of off season we got here, and then I think we'll be cracking open the playbook, the plan for training camp, sort of get our philosophies and stuff dialed down for the regular season. Just getting ready to prepare for a long year.
Well, Rob, congratulations on being named assistant coach for Rockford IceHogs. Look forward to seeing you back in the state line and catching up with you at training camp pretty soon.
Thank you very much. I'm super excited about the opportunity. You know, I can't wait to get started.